Hi friends, this is a part 2 of the globalization. So in the part 1, in the previous lesson, we learnt about what is the globalization. So what are the MNCs, how they work. So you know the MNC is a multinational company which owns and controls the production in more than one country. It is called the MNC. So already you know that how they own their production. So there are three ways how they own. Number one is directly establishing factory. Number two is giant venture with local companies. Number three is the taking over the local companies. So these are the three ways how they own. Now in this lesson, in this video, let us learn how they control the production. So these MNCs very powerful. That is the reason uh, they place orders. Actually, we feel that generally people feel that the MNCs they produce themselves all the goods. But practically, what happens is that they place orders or the subcontract to the local companies or the small producers. Then, after taking over from them, they collect the small products from the small producers, they label their own brand and they sell them in the open market. So that is the reason they decide the price of the product, and they decide the quality of the product and what time it should be handed over. That they decide the delivery time also, and they decide the labor conditions also. You see, they working hours are more and wages are less. In that way they try to maximize their profits. So, and you know that these companies are very much powerful financially also. Sometimes their budget is more than the national government's budget. So that is the reason. So they are very, they control the production. And another thing is that what how the globalization helps to the producers, how the globalization helps to the buyers. If I am the producer, what is the benefit to me with the globalization? So for the producers, we can go beyond our domestic market. So if I am a producer of a product, I can sell this product all over the world. I am going beyond my domestic market. Earlier, I had to sell within India. Now I can sell all over the world. That is the globalization helps to the producers. How the globalization helps the buyers or consumers, customers. So how I can get the goods produced and beyond domestically goods. It means earlier I used to get only within the country goods produced within the country, but because of the globalization, now I can get goods which are produced outside the country, beyond our country, beyond domestic market. So that is the producers and buyers. The globalization helps them. So quality also varies. Next, the thing is that how, what factors enable the globalization? What was the need of globalization? What factors enable this globalization? Number one point is that the technology. Number two is the liberalization policies of the government. Next, the number three was the global organizations like WTO. So now let us see one by one how the technology helped the globalization. So you know the technology. What is the technology? Latest technology like telephones, telegraphs, mobile phones, fax, computers, internet, email, voicemail. So by using this, the communication became very easier and fast. So for example, a company owner, the American company owner, let us say Ford car owner. So he stays, he lives in America, but he controls the production in India. The Chennai is manufacturing company factory is Chennai, but he can control. He use these technological platforms to control his staff members or engineers, and he can give the suggestions. He can take the feedback and he guide them. So via internet, computers, email, voicemail. So earlier uh, he had to come to India and he had to stay in India to control this his production, to run his business operations. but because of the latest technologies, now he can sit in his home in the America. He can control his business operations which are being run in the India. So the communication become easier and faster. This led to the globalization. So another thing is that the liberalization, privatization, globalization. So what is the liberalization? So what is the privatization? What is the globalization? We are now studying that. But what is the liberalization? So what is the privatization? Now you know that liberalization means removing the barriers, restrictions on the trade. That is called liberalization. What is the privatization? So allowing private company to produce. So you know the globalization, movement of goods, services, people, technology from one place to another place. So these factors led to the this globalization. Now let us see how the liberalization of foreign trade and foreign investment affects this globalization. Now you see, before knowing the liberalization, let us know about the foreign trade and foreign investment. So, what is the foreign trade? Foreign trade means the exporting and importing of goods from one country to another country is a foreign trade. Now, what is the foreign investment? So, foreign investment means the foreign company investing in another company. If, for example, any foreign company invests money in India, that is called foreign investment. So, because of the foreign investment, what is the useful to us? Because of the foreign investment, the developing countries, they don't have the money in their hands, and they don't have the technology. This foreign investment, because of this, we can get the latest technology from them, we can get a lot of money from them. They invest here, they purchase the lands, they produce the goods, they give the employment opportunities to our local people. In that way our income levels can be increased, and they demand the local resources. So because of this, that is the reason you might have seen in the newspapers. So our prime minister goes to the foreign company, our chief minister, various state chief ministers, they are going to the foreign countries to invite these investors to come India. Please come to India, invest in India. Why? What is the reason? The simple reason is that if they come, if they invest in India, what happens? Because of this, we get employment opportunities will be increased. When the employment opportunities increase, the income of the people increases. When the income of the people increases, they pay some taxes. Not only that, if these foreign companies come and produce the goods, means they export and they circulate these goods. In that way, they pay a service tax, excise duty, custom duty. So in this way, government also get some revenue. So that is the reason. So because nowadays it is not possible to provide employment opportunities to all the people by only the government. So that is the reason government goes behind these very big industries. Please come to India. Please invest in India. So that is the reason. So what is the reason why? What they do, foreign firm, they buy assets. So like Ford car, they purchase the land, and they construct a building, they use the machinery, latest machinery, they use the equipments in that way. So it is very helpful for us. So